How's it going, everybody? It's been quite a bit since I did a video like this. Granblue has just dropped their new patch, technically. So they've dropped new mechanics, right? So we don't know the patch notes for the characters, but this is the first time they've added new mechanics into the game. And it is using the Super Skybound meter, I think it's called. So basically, it's using the meter above that's not your actual special moves, which was definitely requested quite a bit. The only thing you could use it for was super, and it felt like it was not being utilized to its full potential. So there's a bunch of new mechanics that actually use the super meter now. So let's check them out.
Rush is an aggressive dash, consuming 50% of the Skybound arc gauge to bolster your offense. Use it whenever you feel like your opponent has put a little too much distance between you.
Now, one question I have with this move, right, is he does this, right, like basically as a dash itself.
Put a little too much distance between you.
But I wonder if, because he has like an attack and he has a dash. I wonder if you could like determine what button you press, or it's always the same button. So like watch, right?
The dash is strike invincible just
When he does the dash, he does like this auto. He basically does like an auto combo, like the end of his auto combo, and he knocks you away. So it might be like a set attack. So you could either probably just dash, do nothing, or you could do the attack. But I'm also curious how negative the attack is. So they don't explain everything about it, unfortunately.
It'll be tough work to interrupt your advance.
But it seems pretty decent.
Be aware.
It does use 50% though. 50 is quite a bit. Super Skybound Arts do a lot of damage. So using 50% for this is like it's a tough call.
However, their projectiles are still effective, so don't rush them down willy-nilly.
And this is interesting. I'm surprised they didn't make this projectile envelope. You know, similar to a game like Street Fighter 5, it seems like they're trying to get away, or they're trying to make it easier to get around fireballs. But not in this game. So fireballs are still very, very good. I'm really, really surprised this rush attack isn't projectile envelope.
Perfect your timing to dodge attacks while approaching for the kill at the same time. Or link the maneuver into combos for that extra bit of damage.
You get a little bit of damage too. This one is pretty good, I think. This one, I think, is a little bit more useful.
Backshift is a defensive backstep, consuming 50% of your Skybound arc gauge for a quick retreat. Invincible.
So it's essentially like V-shift, right? So you, I think V-shift is invincible on Wake Up. You can also hold it and it just comes out immediately. So it's basically a free get out of jail. Well, not free, but you know, it's a get out of jail card for 50% of your mar.
Invincible from activation. It gives you a safe way to gain some space, even on Wake Up. In addition to a regular press, this maneuver can be activated by holding back and L2.
Yes, you can just
this
hold
will
it.
allow you to rise and backshift almost simultaneously, avoiding any nasty okizeme. Use this technique to open up that distance. It's free real estate.
Now this is interesting. This is probably my favorite. Those two are cool,
Overdrive
but
is a once per round mega buff.
you get an overdrive, and it's once per round. I'm surprised this is not once per game. This is once per round. So you're basically gonna see this almost every round, right? It's not super broken, but it does give you some really, really, really good buffs.
It's ready to go when your Skybound arc gauge reaches 100% and the overdrive icon flashes seductively. Invincible on startup. Activate it for some quick emergency evasion. Once active, your Skybound arc gauge will become an overdrive gauge, granting you various enhancements. First off, all attacks will deal more damage.
That's quite a bit. That's another 400 damage. I am curious. You're gonna see a lot of like overdrive activation, I think. But like you said, you need 100 bar. But you pretty much like, I feel like you gain 100 bar every round, and I think, right? It's been a little bit since I played Granblue, but I think that's the case. So like you're gonna see this almost every round.
Next, normal attacks will chip away at your opponent's health, even when they're blocking.
That's pretty good. Like, it gives you a lot. It gives you a lot of buffs.
On the flip side, your opponents won't be able to chip you back. Next up, the universal overhead attack will come out slightly faster.
This is like weird. It feels like it's a. It feels like it's a frame.
Wake up.
It's literally a frame. It comes out a frame faster. It's not that much faster. It would have been. It would have been nutty if they said like the overhead you could just combo without any like any trickery. Like it just gives you enough hits on the combo on its own. That would have been. That would have been crazy.
Not to mention, simple commands will share the parameters and cooldown timings of technical commands.
That's kind of cool too. So you can just do like wake up. You can do wake up VP or like you can do fireball with just no input. I wonder if this affects supers too. So like you can do. They're gonna explain it right now, but you could do supers during the overdrive. I wonder if you do the simple command, it'll give you the buff of the technical command, which is like from farther distance you'll be able to gain your maximum like damage, like your animation. I wonder if that's the case too. If it affects both the special moves and the super.
Finally, while in overdrive, you can unleash your Skybound art or Super Skybound art if you're under 30% health at any time.
Yes, you can
This
do it
will set your
anytime.
overdrive gauge to 0, however.
So basically, you could do like a combo. Let's say you're running out of overdrive, and let's say you have like a sliver, right? You can still do super, which is really really good. Which is like this is a pretty fair comeback mechanic, I think. Like it's nothing super crazy, but it makes the game a lot interesting. It makes it pretty much like comebacks to be a little bit more possible. Comebacks are a little bit hard in Grand Blue. You do have access to high damage, but this makes it so like you have a reversal attack that you can wake up with, and you could turn the tables a lot faster. You can finesse a little bit less, right? The other thing is, can you do the technical commands during overdrive? And how much bar does it take? So if it takes 50% of your overdrive, that's quite a bit. But if it takes like a little bit less, then it might be pretty good to combine them together.
Make sure you get the most out of overdrive before the gauge is completely depleted.
Yeah, it's also a wake up too, so it's like
Oh, and
it knocks them back.
Taking damage will result in losing a third of your overdrive gauge, so stay light on those feet.
Yeah, that is the drawback. So if you get hit, it takes a lot of the bar away from you. So definitely you got to be careful with it. You can't go willy-nilly. It's not like an X Factor or something, right?
Rush, backshift, and overdrive will pave the way for new and varied strategies. Make good use of them, and you'll be fighting like you never have before.
That's it. So yeah, they've added new mechanics, which is cool. The rush and the backstep they're pretty interesting. They will definitely come into play quite a bit. Makes the mechanics a little bit better. But the overdrive is the cool one, in my opinion. I think it's a very, very balanced comeback mechanic. I say that now, but it could be broken. But I don't think so. It seems like it's everything they add in this game is pretty calculated. They seem to not want to take things too crazy. Besides, Belial. But all right, that's it. This comes out this Friday, so this is tomorrow. Excuse me, I forgot it's Thursday when I'm recording this. So it drops tomorrow. Let me know in the comments if you want to see me do some gameplay. My friend Buzzcar Laws he got second in Combo Breakers, so he's pretty good at the game. I have Mr. Quotes, who's also very good at the game. So if you want to see me play against them, try to get back into Grand Blue, let me know in the comments and leave a like and subscribe. All right, take it easy. I'll see you in the next one.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。